So you landed on this video because you want to learn about the top 10 business books for entrepreneurs. And I'm going to tell you all about it. Let's go. Hey, how you doing? My name is Caujuan, Mayo, successful online entrepreneur, six-figure earner, top affiliate, multiple companies, and today we're going to get into the top 10 business books for entrepreneurs. But before we do so, you know I always give away $100 to one lucky person that can find three things that changed in my video, and we're not going to disappoint. So before we get into it, and before we do this again, let's congratulate our last lucky winner, Heather. That's right, Heather. Congratulations on finding the three things that was in my last video. And hey guys, we got it up for grabs again. So all you got to do is find the three things that changed in this video. You got to stick to the end to find it. It could be anything, okay? So keep your eyes open, pay close attention, because the first person to put the three things in the comment section will win $100. And I'm gonna send it to you instantly via Cash App, Zelle, Bitcoin, you name it, you got it. Hey, just send me your Cash App and I got you, okay? Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and dive right in. So you'd be surprised to know that one of the richest men in the world, or the richest man, Elon Musk, actually read books 10 hours a day. 10 hours. Literally 10 hours a day, Elon Musk used to read books. So success always leaves clues, right? So if you want to be successful, you do what successful people do. And they're not on Netflix all day or watching TV. They're reading, educating themselves, sharpening their brain and their mind. So we're going to get into Elon Musk's top 10 books for entrepreneurship. So we're going to be breaking down the top 10 books all the way down to number 1. Okay, so let's get right into it. So starting at number 10, we got Shoe Dog by Phil Knight. Now Phil Knight is actually the creator of Nike. Now Shoe Dog is about the journey of Phil Knight and what he did to create the company Nike. Y'all know Nike, right? It's literally just an honest autobiography about him talking about the early days of Nike. He even breaks it down to when he went all the way back to the beginning when he created the first Nike sole using rubber and a waffle iron. Yeah, waffle iron. So if you like the typical rag to riches story that took, decades for him to actually accomplish this, taking trips from US to China and, forging those relationships, doing what you need to do to get this off the ground, then this is definitely the book you want to check out. But number 9, we have Defective Executive. This one's by Peter Drucker. Now, even though you might not be the owner of a Fortune 500 company, it's okay. This book is more about how to be effective as a business person. It really breaks down, how to manage your time correctly, how to prioritize what you're doing. And look, these are the things that's really key to being successful, because if you prioritize your time and manage it correctly, it can make all the difference in you being effective and efficient at your business. Most people are doing just enough to get by, just trying to figure it out as they go. And then what happens is life ends up passing you by, before you know it, you look at it like, wow, where did the time go? And you're not where you want to be at in life. You're upset. You might be even a little bit bitter. You're feeling like you missed out, and time to pass you up. And this book pretty much helps you to not be that person, but be the person that you should be, the best you that you possibly can. So I definitely recommend this book. Number 8, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Now this is pretty cool because you actually get to dive back into the past. This is one of the most powerful men in the world, and he wrote down his personal thoughts on how to become a better person. You see, one of the things I really love about reading is it gives you the ability to really dive in and look into things from a different perspective that you normally wouldn't be able to, So it makes you look at things from a whole different view, and to be able to even go into the past, sometimes even be able to go into the future. He even goes so far in the book to say that fame and fortune is not worth pursuing. I don't know if I agree with that. Talking about things like nothing is inherently good or bad, only your reaction to it. I let that sink in. And between stimulus and response, there's actually a space. And that space allows you to make decisions on how you react to things. And those reactions actually dictate whether you're happy or sad throughout your life. Now let that sink in. That brings me back to the power in your thoughts and your words. Things that you say today can actually affect you later on in the future. It really does. Or when you let negative energy harbor within your brain, then a lot of times that same negative energy that you put within your brain manifests out into the world. And this is the reason why you always want to keep your thoughts pure. And yeah, I really just love this book. So if you're one of those people that struggle with your emotions, and this is definitely the book for you. All right, number 7, The 4-Hour Work Week. Now, the thing I like about this book is it pretty much dictates the way I live my life. And what I mean by that is it pretty much says, hey man, if you put in the work, then you're going to find success, right? Pretty much you put in the work, you're going to get what you expect out of it. And I've always said that. Basically, hard work always pays off. You never heard the opposite. Oh, hard work makes you a loser. Hard work doesn't pay off. Hard work makes you broke. you always heard the opposite. And even though this book's a little old now, I mean, the one thing that does great is it teaches you about how to delegate things. Basically, how to delegate businesses and services and things to other people that maybe you don't want to do. So now you can delegate these services to someone else, like a virtual assistant, you know, or someone to answer your phones and do callbacks, so forth and so on. And it really breaks it down in the ways that you could become the best you. That way you ain't sitting in front of your computer for, 8, 9, 10, 20 hours a day, trying to make something happen, but versus you're sitting there for maybe 4 hours a day, and then the rest of the work can get delegated out to others. Number 6 is the 7 habits of highly effective people. This book is about basically the habits of highly successful people. And it counts down to 7 habits that those people commonly share. Be proactive, begin with the end in mind, put first things first, think win-win, seek first to understand, then to be understood, synergize, and sharpen the saw. Now, we're not gonna break all that down, but look, if you're looking to be more effective and efficient in your own life, and you wanna get things done in a timely manner and the best way possible, then this book can definitely be for you. Number 5 is called The Hard Things About Hard Things. This is a book by Ben Horowitz. Now, this book actually goes into like the dark side of being a CEO, the horror stories of, owning the business and being the boss. Everything that goes into it, all the stress that goes into, creating a profitable business. I mean, very, very detailed. This is actually a book that'll have you second guessing being a billionaire. I mean, due to the fact that being a billionaire actually comes with a ton of stress. It's not like being a millionaire, and it's definitely not like being a 6-figure earner. But at the end of the day, all jokes aside, I mean, all the money in the world is not worth having if it's gonna come with a ton of stress. I've always said that. So strive to make the amount of money that makes you feel comfortable in life. It doesn't mean all of us gotta be billionaires. It doesn't mean we gotta have hundreds and hundreds of $1 million in the bank. Most of us just wanna be comfortable and wanna be able to do the things we wanna do when we wanna do it without stressing about how it's gonna happen. Number 4 is called Extreme Ownership. This one talks about actually taking ownership of your life. I mean, one of the phrases in this book that really hit home was, everything is your fault. Yeah, everything is your fault. Think about it. The things that you go through in life is directly behind the actions that you took to get there. So at the end of the day, if you didn't make it to a certain heights that you wanted to make it to, it's your fault. If you end up failing at certain things that you're going through in life or dealing with in life, or that you partake in life, it is your fault. Because at the end of the day, we control our own destiny. So when it comes to anything from finances to being successful to being able to learn how to do things that you really want to do but might not know how to do them at this very moment, well, it's up to you on how that's all going to play out at the end of the day, because you control your own destiny. And if you don't achieve the things that you want to achieve in life, then you got to blame yourself. Because at the end of the day, if you human and you can do it, then me being human, I can do it, right? And that goes for the rest of us. So all you gotta do is put in that work. It might not happen overnight. It might not happen in weeks. It might not happen in months. It might take years. But at the end of the day, if you want it bad enough, then you're gonna do exactly what it takes to make it happen and achieve exactly what you're trying to achieve in life. So what it really means is you have to take responsibility for your life. Wherever you're at in life, you have to own it. You have to take responsibility. If you ain't financially where you want to be at, are you taking the time to recraft your business? Are you watching more Netflix than you're watching motivational business type videos? Or are you the type that you're making excuses for yourself? You're blaming the world on why you're not where you want to be at. It's everyone else's fault why you're not as successful as you should be, so forth and so on. And this book really hits home because it makes you question all that. All right, book number 3 is actually called Influence by Robert Cialdini. Now, this book is definitely for anybody that's in sales. If you're in sales, this is the book for you, hands down. I mean, sales is the heart of every business. So if you can sell, you're never going to be broke. And that's why it's so important to master that craft. So many people cringe at sales, not realizing that sales is the #1 way to make money. Again, if you can sell, you're never going broke. So the nice thing about Influence is like one of the #1 books when it comes to human psychology and persuasion. And what I mean by that is like, it's related to like your buying decisions, how to influence people, get them to do what you want them to do and make the moves that they're going to make and have them think it was actually their idea on why they made those certain moves, I mean, again, phenomenal book. I've been using these same tactics all throughout my history in marketing, and it works like a charm. All right, so now let's get into number 2. And hey, number 2 is another great one. This one is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Now, this book made me realize right off the bat that all humans are not all logical. Most people all have the same common things that we all like. Like everyone likes talking about themselves. Everyone loves hearing their name. That's why it's always good to start a conversation off by saying their name first. Everyone loves it when you listen to them, but they don't want to listen to you talk about yourself. So the more that you keep tapping into this human psychology and get people to actually like you, the more that you can just be yourself. But nah, all jokes aside, this is the fastest way to climb that corporate ladder. Just by tapping into some of these human elements that 99% of the people share. So just learning some of these psychological techniques can definitely give you a leg up over your competition and everyone else that don't know these things. And knowing these things can have 99% of the people that's out there actually tune in. And remember, in the world of marketing and network marketing, your network is your net worth. And at the end of the day, people do business with people they like, know, love, and trust, and inspire to be like. Nothing more, nothing less. So the more you can tap into that and get people to actually look at you in that way, you're gonna win. Alright, so before we get into this last book, I need you to do me a favor. Smash that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Don't forget, also hit the bell. That way you get notified when I do these videos and you don't miss out on the $100 giveaway. And you're like, oh my God, what happened? What did he do? I didn't get notified. Well, hey, hit the bell, you'll get notified, and that way you won't miss out. Alright, so let's get into our number one book. Okay, so this book is by a multi-billionaire by the name of, I believe, John Doerr. Yeah. And this brings us to number one, measure what matters. Now, John Doerr is a billionaire that actually invests in some of the biggest companies that you've ever heard of. Now, in this book, he goes over a system that helps you track your own life as well as track your businesses. And they do this in a way by using something called OKR. Now, OKR stands for objectives and key results. Objectives is high-level strategies of the direction that you want to go, and key results are measurable, time-bound objectives you can track progress against. Now, I mean, there's a lot that we can get into about this, but just know this. This is the exact same system that Google uses to track their entire business. Yeah, Google. Google's entire business is ran completely off OKRs that was invented by a guy named Andy Grove, who founded Intel, and then helped popularized by a man named John Doerr, the author of the book. In the book, Measure What Habits, I mean, it actually helped me get better in being more productive with my business, with me working out, with, you know, my health, with me, I mean, really just with life. And this is literally the number one book that I recommend to all you guys. If you really want to step it up and change the way you think, these are the 10 books that I highly recommend for any entrepreneur in 2021. Let's get off Netflix, let's get off the computer playing, and let's get back to becoming our best us. That way we can put that energy into the universe and reap the rewards. Alright, so that's it. Those are the 10 books. Hey, and before we get up out of here, I'm gonna ask you a question. Did you find the 3 things that changed in the video? Oh my God, you wasn't paying attention, was you? Yes, 3 things changed in the video. Hurry up, someone's looking close. So make sure that you hurry up, find it, put it in the comment section, and I'll be sure to cash app you $100 and showcase you on my next video as the person that won. Alright, so if you haven't already done so, I need you to smash that subscribe button. Also hit the bell, like I said, that way you get notified when I do these videos. I thank you for rocking with me yet again. I appreciate you. See you on the next video. Until then, have a blessed day.